In California, the concept of historic designation has expanded to include residential districts, including hundreds of homes, simply because they were built more than 50 years ago. No one famous nor anything important need to have happened. You can be found to be historic. This does not even require your consent. It just needs one random individual to submit a nomination to the State Office of Historic Preservation, known as the OHP, which approves 100% of what is submitted to them for historic districts. Why does this matter? Because historic is becoming a weapon to fight change and add more red tape to anything you want to do with the exterior of your home. In this video that follows, California State Senator Scott Wiener shares his perspective during a recent Senate committee hearing. Please support common sense reform to California's preservation laws and reach out to me in the comments below. Thank you.
It was a very relatively small area, very focused on what was truly historic about it without doing it in a way that micromanaged homeowners or that shut development down in the area. Unfortunately, what we're seeing now is efforts to define huge historic districts, take entire neighborhoods, or even sometimes practically entire cities, and declare them historic, and not to do it locally through a planning commission, through a city council, even through the elected representatives, but to go to the State Historic Preservation Commission to do it in a very, very quiet, behind-the-scenes way where there doesn't have to be any local buy-in whatsoever. A commission that routinely comes close to basically, if you technically meet any broad criteria for a district, you just stamp it. As opposed to when it's done at the local level, at least you have that opportunity to have those collaborative discussions and make political choices at the local level. And so we're seeing in San Francisco, I now have 3 different neighborhoods where they're going to this commission to try to get the entire neighborhood declared a historic district, which I think is outrageous, abusive, an absolute abuse of state law and of the historic preservation process. It's an insult to real historic preservation. But because of the way that we have structured certain laws, housing laws, including SB 9, without really predicting that this kind of abuse was going to start happening. It started pretty quickly after SB 9 went into effect, when I won't name the city. There was one city that wanted to make the whole city a historic district. It's time to start adjusting to that. We can have historic preservation without using it as a way to avoid the application of state housing law. And I understand that there are people who do not like state housing laws, but that's the law. And we should not allow this sort of backdoor way of avoiding application of state housing law to address our housing crisis. So I'm happy to move the bill.
Thank you.